Greetings one and all, and welcome back to Let's Rip Up the Railway. Model Railway, well, I've done another little bit of a rip up. Last week we had a look at the station area that I'd changed, and I've actually put the colour light signals in there, so I'll show you those in a minute. But I've also had a play around with what was the loops and the sidings. The loops have gone. The entrance to the yard has changed near the estuary, and we now have a goods relief loop, bi-directional, and there's also going to be a diesel depot and electric storage sidings for the units. So quite a few changes. So let's get on and just show you around the changes. We're going to have a running session, and then I'll show you some other bits and pieces later on, like the colour light signals and that sort of thing. So let me show you what I've done here in the yard. Right, we're going to start off here at the estuary, and some of you may remember there was a double crossover here. There was the crossover that we got here off the main line, and there was another one just there which came to a head shunt just along here. The head shunt is now gone, and that point takes us now into a goods relief line. It's bi-directional, and that runs around. I'll show you the other end in a moment, but basically it means that freight stock can be taken off the main line, held in the loop, whilst passenger stuff flies around. Now I've also put in now some sidings for the electric units. As you know, I'm not doing third rail just yet, so but the electric units have now got dedicated siding, so that relieves the Fiddle yard quite a bit, because there's 4 units in there. There's 2 4-car units and the 2 2-car electric units. So they come in from excuse me, around here. This is the line that's the goods relief loop. It comes in here. It's got a ground signal that will be fixed about there, and then that comes in and that joins the main line there, so it can either come down the loop line into the Fiddle yard, or it can go out onto the running line that way, or it can come from the opposite direction, cross over and come in through there to run in a clockwise direction. So that's that. And then here, as I say, we've got the electric unit stored there, and then we're going to have a diesel depot. The sandwich box represents what will be the shed. So just basically 3 sidings there for the diesel units, and for some locos to store, again to help relieve the Fiddle yard a little bit, and then just a 2-row diesel shed. And then there'll be room around the back for a yard entrance, some buildings. That was the old island platform building, which says ladies and waiting room on this side. They might be changed a little bit and just made into an office, porter cabin office type thing for drivers to sign on, training room, general mess room, that sort of thing. So the yard entrance is going to be around about here somewhere, and there'll be the car park area there. So as I say, sandwich box represents what will be the area for the shed. Luckily the sandwich box is the right size for the shed, so that made life easy. Oh, and just to say that the line coming off here, that's got to be repositioned. We'll come around here, and this is going to be the fueling point around here. So there'll be the bun tank and the fueling point and that sort of thing, which will be in around there. So there we go. So yeah, changes. It means I've got to completely rebuild the control panel, because there is nothing on the control panel that even resembles what I've got on the layout now. So that's going to be fun, and another job for later on. So plenty of work to do, and plenty of fun to be had. I'm hoping this will be the last rebuild. Those who've been watching the channel will know that Bute Road has been through several incarnations since its original concept as a Cornish branch line, China clay bits and pieces. So yeah, I mean, things develop with me. Evolution rather than revolution, but I think this time it's been a revolution, so there we go. So anyway, as I say, we're going to run some trains now, show you some bits and pieces, and I'll show you the signals on the station later on. I'm going to start off today with a running session on here. Had a little accident just now, but I've lined up the baseboards now, and we're going to start with the 450 unit coming out from the new sidings. And then crossing over onto the main line and through, crossing again now onto the up line, ready for going forward in just a few minutes time. So that looks quite good so far. It's actually worked and stayed on the track. Right, we have a new addition to the fleet, which is Class 60 with the beastie sticker on the side, which I rather like. I must admit, I was always impressed with that when they first did that, so very pleased with that. So that's 60014 Alexandra Fleming, and it's waiting in the goods relief loop, which is a bi-directional road. It's waiting there at the red signal. Ignore the blue base, it's not painted yet. So and that's got a freight on it, and that's waiting to go out once the next passenger train has passed. So we'll see that leave shortly. And the 450 is just coming in now. This is the stopping service, so that'll wait there. And we've got a red signal down there for it anyway. So that just needs to get the passengers on board now. It's got the green signal, so that can depart. Passing the exit from the goods loop, and with the 60 waiting for clearance. Must have a cautionary signal ahead, it's going a bit slow today. So, having now been given the green signal, the 60 can depart. A Hornby chip in this one, a TTS chip, and quite pleased with that. I'm hoping that area now might develop into an industrial estate. I'm not sure what to do in that area. It might just be fields, it might be a village. And then a nice run back out into the countryside. Gone through a red signal. Hey ho. I mentioned last time about the rebuilding of the Fiddle yard, and the freight we've just seen now holds in that longest road. So that's something that I couldn't do before, but I've now got a nice long freight in the longest road, so I can change that about, make it oil tanks or whatever I want to do, just the engineering stock. So yeah, that's been a real bonus. So the two colour light signals are in, and they're both working. The far one is red and amber, probably wrong, but there's a red and green round the corner protecting the points coming out from the other yard. So yes, it can proceed, but with caution. Probably wrong, but never mind. I've got the control panel just in the front here. This one is doing the points, and the points are working as a pair, so that one and the one under the bridge, and then the other point here for the crossover, and that one there is controlled on this one here. And when the signals go green or amber, we've got different colour LEDs, so we've got reds and amber LEDs on there. So that'll do for now, and there'll be a cover over this with grass or whatever anyway. So that's the start. The freight line is going to come off the main line and run into the goods release road to allow a passenger to go by in a minute. And that will now wait in the loop with the red signal, once that's fixed, to hold it there. And sure enough, the Freightliner was being followed by 170, which is why it came up. And the 170 is on the stopping service. Right, it may surprise you all to know that occasionally things go wrong. So Sunday's video shorts is going to be a few bloopers, I'm afraid. I've had all the baseboards apart to do the wiring where I've rebuilt it, etc. And when I put it back together, I didn't test it before I videoed, which is a stupid thing to do. There we go. So looking forward to Sunday and some bloopers. And the freight line has now got the green light, so we're going. That will be fixed in position soon when I get ready to do the ballasting, etc. So the brake line is coming off the loop and passing through the station. There we go. I hope you've enjoyed that short update, and yeah, quite a few changes as you've seen, and hopefully next week we'll have a little bit more progress. But thanks again for watching. Take care everybody, enjoy your modelling. Cheers now, goodbye.